Let's continue our chapter Matter in Our Surroundings. Today we'll discuss the effect of change of pressure. So far we have discussed how can we change the state of matter by changing the temperature. Now we'll discuss that how can we change the physical state of matter by changing the pressure. That means we can change the physical state of matter by increasing the pressure or by decreasing the pressure. For instance, if we talk about gases can be changed into liquids by increasing the pressure accompanied by a lowering of temperature. And there are some solids like solid carbon dioxide, dry ice, that can be changed into gases on decreasing the pressure. So let's discuss it in a little more detail. See, students, when a high pressure is applied to a gas, it gets compressed into a small volume. And when we also lower its temperature, it gets liquefied. So we can also say that gases can be liquefied. Gases can be turned into liquids by compression and cooling. And this happens like if you can see here in the picture in the first figure, you can see that there's a lot of space between the particles of gas. And we can reduce the space or distance between the particles of gas by enclosing it in a cylinder and compressing it by pushing the piston. You can see here in figure A, first two figures. If enough pressure is applied to the piston, the it gets highly compressed into a small volume. The particles of gas get so close together that they start attracting each other sufficiently and form a liquid. As you can see in figure third, here completely gas gets converted into liquid. Particles gets closed. So while applying pressure to liquefy gases, uh, we can say that when a gas is compressed too much, then heat is produced due to compression. So while applying the pressure to liquefy gas, it's necessary to cool them to take away the heat produced during compression. Um, because cooling lowers the temperature of compressed gas and helps in liquefied it. Okay, so we can say that gases can be liquefied by applying the pressure and lowering the temperature, or we can say that gases can be liquefied by compression and cooling. So a gas must be cooled below a certain temperature before liquefaction by pressure can occur. And cooling is usually done by pouring water over the coils that's carrying the compressed gas. Say, for instance, ammonia gas that can be liquefied by applying high pressure and lowering the temperature. So we can by compression cooling we can convert ammonium gas into ammonia gas into liquid. So we studied that increasing the pressure and lowering the temperature can change the state of matter from a gas to a liquid. Even decreasing the pressure and raising the temperature can change the state of matter. This will become clear from this example. Say we are having solid carbon dioxide, that is dry ice. You know that gas is that solid carbon dioxide. It's stored under high pressure. Why we need to store it into high pressure? Because on decreasing the pressure on solid carbon dioxide, it gets converted directly into carbon dioxide gas. Say when a slab of say solid carbon dioxide is kept exposed to air, then what happens, the pressure on it is reduced to normal atmospheric pressure, and temperature rises and it starts changing into carbon dioxide gas. So conversion of solid carbon dioxide into carbon dioxide gas is a change of state from solid to gas, and it is caused by the decrease in pressure and high atmospheric temperature. So solid carbon dioxide, it's also called white. It's also called dry ice. It's a kind of white solid. It's called dry ice, and it's extremely cold substance. It's used to deep freeze food and to keep ice cream cold. So now, since solid carbon dioxide directly changes into carbon dioxide gas, it sublimes and does not melt to produce the liquid. That is why it is called dry ice. Otherwise, in ordinary ice, you know that if we take ordinary ice, that changes into liquid, right? That melts. But what happens in this solid carbon dioxide? It directly changes into gas. It doesn't melt to produce a liquid. So that is why it is called dry ice, because it doesn't produce to liquid. It doesn't produce liquid. It doesn't melt. And dry ice can produce much lower temperature than that is produced by the ordinary ice. So it's much more effective for cooling purposes than ordinary ice. So for we discussed now how can we change the physical state of matter by applying pressure, either by increasing the pressure or decreasing the pressure. I hope it's clear now.